Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This week's WWE SmackDown will emanate live from the Unipol Arena in Bologna, Italy. The company has announced a stacked lineup for the show. Apart from some big clashes, the show will see the return of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk, with the trio expected to come face-to-face for the first time since the OTC's return last week. This could be a very eventful edition of the blue brand. On that note, here are 3 last-minute predictions for WWE SmackDown this week. WWE has been teasing the implosion of the new bloodline over the last few weeks, as tensions have been brewing between the faction's leader Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. The growing differences between the stars could lead to the Street Champions ousting from the faction this week on WWE SmackDown. As fans must be aware, Jacob Fatu will take on Braun Strowman in a singles match on Friday's show. However, the clash may not end well for the Samoan Werewolf, as the creative team could have Solo Sikoa inadvertently cost his stablemate a potential win. This angle could then lead to an irate Fatu attacking Solo Sikoa, kicking him out of the new bloodline. The behemoth may not stop there, as he could go on to proclaim himself as the new tribal chief of the bloodline, sending a message to Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens has been involved in a program with Randy Orton on the blue brand. While the Viper has had the upper hand in this feud so far, things may turn out differently on WWE SmackDown this week. Owens could potentially blindside Orton before launching a brutal attack on him. The prizefighter could lay waste to the legend killer, sending him a strong message in the process. As mentioned earlier, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins will face off on WWE SmackDown this week. However, the OTC may not return alone. Apart from his Weissman, Paul Heyman alongside him, Reigns could also be accompanied by Herculeo, the 6'8" giant, who is the half-brother of Tama Tonga, reportedly signed with WWE last year. Reigns may feel that he can't physically best both CM Punk and Seth Rollins alone, so he could return with Herculeo to help him in his war against the Visionary and the best in the world. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, has dominated WWE for years now, defining himself as not only the face of SmackDown but also the personification of the new era in professional wrestling. His run as Universal Champion has been one of the longest and most defining title reigns in modern wrestling history. But as all dynasties do, this one is bound to evolve. With Roman Reigns set to return to WWE SmackDown this week, speculation about his future and the future of the Bloodline faction is rife, and one thing is for certain: Roman's next steps will be nothing short of monumental. The Giant's entrance. A 6'8" legend to stand by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, as the tribal chief, has been the top dog of WWE for the last several years. But with the inevitable bloodline story starting to show cracks, whether it's Jey Uso's defection, Jimmy Uso's loyalty hanging in the balance, or Solo Sikoa's internal struggle, Roman might need a new ally. This is where the idea of a giant 6'8" tall powerhouse entering the scene to solidify his role as the new tribal chief comes into play. This new addition could be a legend from wrestling's past, someone with not just physical stature, but a reputation that commands attention. There have been whispers about the possibility of someone like Big Show, Paul White, or even a returning Kane, both giants who have the experience and presence to make a real impact. But if Roman Reigns really wants to reinforce his role as the new tribal chief, he might be looking for someone even more significant. A legend with experience who can help cement his place at the very top. The new tribal chief. Roman Reigns' future with the bloodline. Roman Reigns has continually molded his character into a leader, not just of his family but of an entire generation. However, the idea that Roman Reigns could eventually move on from the bloodline faction, or redefine it with a new tribal field, is intriguing. A possible partnership with a 6'8" giant could signify that Roman is gearing up to expand his influence in WWE, creating a more significant, more dominant force. This new tribal chief could continue to rule over SmackDown with an iron fist, while the 6'8" giant helps cement his legacy by dominating the ring. The giant could become an enforcer of sorts, much like Roman's own enforcer, Solo Sikoa, but with an even greater aura of intimidation. 3 predictions for WWE SmackDown this week. With Roman Reigns' potential return imminent, and the possibility of a new giant coming alongside him, WWE SmackDown is shaping up to be a must-watch show. Let's dive into 3 predictions that could play out during this week's episode of SmackDown. 1. Roman Reigns returns to assert his authority. The most likely scenario for this week's SmackDown is that Roman Reigns returns with the sole purpose of reminding the WWE Universe of his dominance. After being absent from the ring for several weeks, or even months, Reigns will likely appear via a pre-recorded video, or he could make a surprise live appearance to address the issues within the bloodline. He might first address Jey Uso's betrayal, perhaps mocking him for stepping away from the family and claiming that the tribal leadership was never his to begin with. With the uncertainty surrounding Jimmy Uso's loyalty, Roman might also make it clear that the bloodline is a unit that must follow him or face the consequences. If the rumors are true about a new 6'8" giant by his side, Reigns could introduce this figure as his new enforcer or new brother in the family. A 6'8" legend such as Big Show or Kane would send a message that Roman's grip on the tribal chief position is about to become even stronger and more intimidating. Roman's return would not only serve to re-establish his dominance, but also set the stage for future angles, perhaps teasing his next challenger for the Universal Championship, or further solidifying his leadership within the bloodline. 2. A major bloodline conflict reaches its breaking point. The bloodline storyline has been one of WWE's most captivating narratives for years. However, as with any family drama, tension is building, and this could be the week it all comes to a head. On SmackDown, we may see a confrontation between Roman Reigns and one or more members of the bloodline, especially the Usos. With Jey Uso's defection and the looming question of Jimmy Uso's loyalty, Roman may be forced to either confront or expel his own family members from the faction. The inclusion of a new 6'8" enforcer would certainly add weight to this conflict. Picture this: Roman Reigns standing at the center of the ring with the giant by his side, issuing an ultimatum to the Usos. They either fall in line with Roman's vision of the bloodline or face destruction. The most intriguing angle here would be if the 6'8" giant is used as a tool of intimidation, perhaps even attacking Jimmy Uso, forcing him to submit to Roman's reign. This would further solidify the idea that Roman Reigns is untouchable, and that anyone who challenges him, even from within his own family, will suffer the consequences. 3. A new challenger emerges for Roman Reigns' Universal Championship. While Roman Reigns has been virtually untouchable in the championship picture for a long time, this week's SmackDown could see the emergence of a new challenger. The Giant's arrival could be part of a larger storyline to set up Roman's next challenger, whether that be a returning star, a rising babyface, or even an unexpected heel. If WWE decides to truly shake things up, it could be the perfect opportunity for someone like Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, or even LA Knight to step forward and challenge Roman's supremacy. The presence of the 6'8" giant would make any potential challenger seem even more vulnerable, and this would create an air of suspense as to whether anyone can truly dethrone Reigns. Cody Rhodes, for example, has unfinished business with Roman, having lost to him at WrestleMania 39. His return to SmackDown this week could involve a promo calling out the tribal chief, setting up a future championship match. The addition of the Giant might also serve as a way to make Cody's eventual victory feel even more monumental when and if he finally does overcome the odds and dethrone Roman. The Giant's role: an enforcer or a fellow tribal chief. If Roman Reigns were to indeed introduce a 6'8" giant into the bloodline fold, the role of this figure would be crucial. He could serve as an enforcer, someone who helps keep Roman's rivals in check, or he could stand as a fellow tribal chief figure, positioning himself as an equal to Reigns and even challenging him for control of the faction. This new addition to the storyline would present many interesting dynamics. Roman Reigns has always been the central figure in the bloodline, but a giant figure beside him could challenge his leadership. If WWE were to take this angle, It would be a game-changing story that would elevate both Roman and his potential new ally. Final thoughts. The return of Roman Reigns and what it means for SmackDown. As Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown, all eyes will be on him to see how he continues to evolve as the tribal chief. Whether introducing a new enforcer in the form of a 6'8" giant or further dismantling the bloodline from within, this week's SmackDown promises to be a pivotal moment in Roman Reigns' storyline. With so many moving pieces in play, this could be the beginning of a fresh chapter in Reigns' reign at the top of WWE. Stay tuned, because Roman Reigns is about to remind everyone why he is the tribal chief. And with a 6'8" giant by his side, the Bloodline's grip on SmackDown may be stronger than ever before. This would set up a dramatic week for WWE SmackDown and build further excitement around the evolution of Roman Reigns' story and the possible introduction of a giant figure. What do you think about this scenario? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.